You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
James McOnie with us. Always enjoy this slot on a Sunday afternoon. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, thanks, Piney. It was a tough night for you last night with the Phoenix. I was listening to your call and I could just hear in your voice just, a bit of enthusiasm, ever so slightly drifting away.
Well, it doesn't matter because the women play this afternoon, and I'm going to get the chance to redress the balance and get enthusiastic about the club again when they play Melbourne Victory. Hey, now, how good's Test cricket, especially on a terrible wicket when we've got some reasonable spinners?
Oh, I know, and this is the thing. Test cricket still matters, right? It doesn't matter. Nobody might turn up, but it's a TV event, really, and of course we've had some great Test matches like at the Basin last year where people did turn up for that final day. And look, nobody turned up for the Hunger Games, right? But it was still an amazing event, quite deadly. But as a movie, 5 stars. That's just as an aside. But basically, with Glenn Phillips, we've got someone who looks like a star, seems like a star, and it's almost like a very early coming of age for him.
Yeah, and I just love how he just plays the game of cricket, regardless of the colour of the ball or the duration of the game. He tends to play it with an attacking intent, an enthusiasm, a vigour. I just like what he's all about, don't you?
Exactly, and you know what? Having him down there at number 7, remember there were no fireworks in that famous Aussie batting lineup until Gilchrist came in at 7, right? So there's nothing wrong with having somebody coming in at that spot and just absolutely launching and, maybe just protecting them a little bit, perhaps from the moving ball. But, long may it last. I think, look, people were worried about Rachin Ravindra not getting a run, but if they were protecting him from what was a terrible wicket, then maybe we should applaud that decision. But I think the future is with Rachin in there and Glenn.
Other matters around. Beauden Barrett is coming back to New Zealand. He'll play in Japan for the first bit of 2024, come back and be available for Test matches from the middle of next year. Over the next 4 years, heading to the next World Cup, how do you expect this to play out for Beauden Barrett?
I think he'll get that 10 jersey. I think Razor will let him run the cutter and give him the keys. To me, that probably, it's a bit of a bummer for Damien McKenzie. Especially the way he played for the Chiefs last year and for the All Blacks when he did play 10. I thought he was really good. But we're talking about a guy who won 2 World Rugby Player of the Year awards playing at 10. And also I always feel with the first fives that any of the awkwardness that they've had or any of the disappointment is really money in the bank, the stuff that they can learn from, and it's the only way that you learn. And it's in the same way that Lionel Messi had an entire career of disappointment at World Cups, but finally got his moment. You still have to back that class. So with Beauden, I think that he's still a really good world-class number 10, and he probably won't be kicking goals, so he might need his brother outside him. That's fine as well. And I think he was actually even carrying a bit of an Achilles problem in France, so maybe we haven't seen him put the foot down for a while either. So there's all these factors that come into play, but I'm all for Beauden at 10.
All right. I chatted to Kurt Capewell yesterday on the show. Seemed like a terrific bloke. Great signing for the Warriors. Are we willing to call 2024 our year yet, or not?
I think we can call it our year. I was certain about that for 2023 as well. But what Capewell gives you is that hardened state of origin level forward who has skills as well. I think I've seen him drop a goal from a very precarious position. Hey, if we need it, it's there. It's in the toolkit. But really, it's just having a really good offloading edge forward is something that I think the Warriors have been missing for a while. And he's a strong hole runner as well. But then you think about Roger Tuivasa-Sheck coming back into the mix. The re-emergence of Sean Johnson as a force in the game, and all those injured players coming back as well, and the halves that stand off there. We've got players. I think even Rocco Berry. I was always worried about, have we got a blockbusting centre? I think he's also shown that he's come of age. So, look, I think the sky's the limit for the Warriors, and we've got stars.
Yeah, I can't wait for 2024 to roll around. I really can't. Hey, just before you take off, I'm not sure if you've been watching the in-season tournament for the NBA. Pacers-Lakers, I think the final of this in-season tournament this afternoon.
Yeah, it's this afternoon on ESPN. I'm going to tune in, and then I'm going to switch over and listen to you, Piney, promise. But I think what it's done is the NBA has pretty much realised that they needed to change their sport, and they needed something new. So having an in-season tournament where it's regular season games, just they chose a segment of normal regular season games, and if you did well enough, you made the quarterfinals, semis, and then the final today. So this is something that I think all sports organisations need to think about. I've always maintained that the Ranfurly Shield, an old idea, is one of the best things, especially in a contact sport where you really do defend your turf. Imagine the NFL picking up on that. And having the best team at home, the fortress. But this is something where I think a lot of sports are going to head now, which is it can't just all be on the end of the year. There's got to be something for fans, for the TV audience. But what makes me laugh is that they're saying yesterday, hey, it's only for $500,000. And I thought, is that for the whole team? But no, it's for each player.
Only $500,000. My God. All right, mate, great to chat. Any musical outro for us today? We played your Phoenix song, was it last week? Any musical outro for us today?
Look, Piney, nothing from my back catalogue, but there's something that did catch my eye. Definitely better musicians than me, I'll give them that, and better singers, and that's the St Andrews College School Band in Christchurch. They've gone viral for their cover of the Led Zeppelin classic Stairway to Heaven. And a lot of the buzz surrounds their guitarist, Mia Fraser, who's year 13. And she absolutely nails the Jimmy Page solo. So that's it from me. Well done, Mia. And stats down in Christchurch. Here's Piney. Enjoy Sunday. Catch you next week.
Good man, James. Thanks so much. Yeah, here is this incredible version of Stairway to Heaven.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.